check the mic and make sure it sound right,
One
boys.
thing I was excited about the most was so I'm in it back there with my son Center. We'll get to use him in a minute. As always.
So right there where the pool is, there's the drive to get in.
Enjoy the fruit of that labor, which there's no comparison to doing something in
It sound right, boys.
Sunday night, late night. I think the BET Awards is wrapping up. Welcome back. Another late night edition of the Greg Green live stream. After a brief hiatus, I came back last week. Trying to get back into it. Some things I want to share, talk about today if I get this mic right. Whether you're watching now or you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. Thanks to all the love I got from everyone after last week. A few months ago, a couple people hit me up. It was like, Greg, what happened to the show, man? I was like, man, I've been busy, but I'm back by popular demand. The Greg Green live stream, streaming live on Facebook. By the way, streaming live simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I think I'm gonna have to add LinkedIn. People are telling me that LinkedIn has changed. It's like one of the biggest social media platforms out. Now, here's the thing. I was trying to I wanted to do a show earlier this morning. I want to have a brunch themed show this morning. I made the Bloody Marys. I had everything set up out here outside like I am right now, but I was having some major technical problems. Actually, it turned out not to be so major. It was just one little button that somehow got moved on my podcast mixer, and I didn't figure it out until hours later. But here I am, still outside on a beautiful summer evening in Austin, Texas, the greater Austin, Texas area. I always forget, right? For one, if you're outside in the dark, you gotta have lights, right? So I got this light in front of me. That's cool. But I don't know why I always forget, like, this light's gonna bring out bugs. Little small bugs are okay. By the way, I got a little back in the winter, it's called it bug juice. Used to have that DEET. This got DEET in it. I'm pretty sure it has DEET in it. Can you see that? Works pretty good. Only thing I hate, so for the most part that's been managed. But every now and then you get one of those dumbass June bugs that crashes into the computer screen or into the light. I don't know how evolution got to the June bug. Those are the dumbest bugs on the planet. They look like they don't even know how to fly. They're just like crashing into light. They see the light and they go crash into it. So I hate June bugs, and they're so big. I don't think they bite or anything like that, but they just give you the creeps, right? A June bug gets you in the face like pow. So June's almost over, but I know the bugs will be out for me. But anyway, thanks for all the love I got last week. Back again this week. Gonna talk about a few things. Gonna talk a little bit about abortion. A lot going on with that, right? A lot of opinions out there. But last week, I didn't plan on this being the theme of the live stream last week, but when it was all said and done, it kind of the overall theme was about kindness and human beings' ability to be kind to one another and how we don't do it enough. And so I think in these times that's important. And then there's this crazy housing market right now in the Texas area or all over Texas. Some people may know I've been trying to sell my house for the last month. Gonna be moving. Don't know where yet. Got a pretty good idea, but everything's on the table. Everything's up in the air. Where can I get the best deal? Talk to me. Sort of what I'm contemplating is, do I want to live in the Dallas area? Do I want to live in the Houston area? The market will dictate that. Anybody have any recommendations? Anyone frequent Dallas often, Houston, or both? Where would you rather live? Throw it in the chat. Do you live there now? Tell me what you like about it. We'll talk a little bit about that. But before I get into those things, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to follow me on the, wait a minute, let's see, let me get it right here. Yeah, right there. Right there we go. Those are the social media platforms right there. There's Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. Hit me up. Follow me on YouTube. You get the playbacks. One of these days I'll start putting clips on there because I know, people don't usually sit in and listen to me ramble for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. But again, everybody is welcome to join. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and throw the link in the chat. And if you want to come on and voice your opinion about something, or just say, hey, Greg, what's up, man? How you been, dog? I ain't seen you in a minute. I'd appreciate that. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to come on the show. It's real easy to do. I just throw the link in the chat. You click on it. You let you authorize, the platform to that I'm working with here to access your camera and your microphone, and you just pop right on the video. I'll pull you right in here. We can chat. Now, you don't have to be on video if you don't want to. You could come on and not be on video. I know some of y'all are laying up in the bed. It's 10 o'clock Sunday night. So I got to go to work tomorrow. Just kind of going through your phone. You may see me. Hey, stop. Say what's up. But let me throw this in the chat real quick if I can. You usually have to go to my Facebook page and do it like Oh, snap. Yeah, these Macs are different than the PC. I always get it mixed up. I'll figure it out. Here, let me copy this link real quick. I'm gonna throw it in the chat. Copy. Control V. It's not working. Well, I don't know what to do. This is not good. Hold up. Okay. Da-da-da. Oh, I think with Mac you use command, right? Not control. Is that right? Let me try that. One more time. So I'm trying to figure out how to put this. See, when you get old, you become technically challenged. And I usually, up until recently, I've always operated on a PC. And it just seems that, there we go. It just seems that for stuff like social media and things like that, and podcasts, Apples and MacBooks work a little bit better. So they all work good, but trying this out. So anyway, I threw it in the chat, but it only came up on only came up on YouTube and Twitch. So give me a second here while I go find my my live stream on the gotta find the live stream on the on Facebook. I got it. Somehow my oh there, I thought my thumbnail didn't work right on Facebook. Did y'all see my thumbnail before the show started? All right, I dropped it in the chat. So if you're on Facebook, which usually most people are watching on Facebook, I threw the link in the chat. If you want to come on and chop it up, it don't have to be about whatever I'm talking about today. It can be about whatever you want. Come on through. It's okay. I know it's late, right? But Greg is a family man. And so I do a lot during the day with the fam, so I had to come on late. I finally get my time, get my nightcap, a red wine here. That's what I like to do. All right. So what are we talking about today? Big Supreme Court decision just went down. And like I said, it's crazy because, last week I was talking about people being nice to me for no reason. And I was saying that we should learn to appreciate people's kindness and we should all do more to be kind to one another because the country seems to be more and more divided over all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things. So, one thing I noticed with the Supreme Court ruling, what happened was all of the own the lib social media warriors came out of the closet because they've been in hide for a minute, right? ever since the whole January 6th hearings, you ain't heard nothing from most conservatives, right? Most conservatives. But they came down with this abortion overrule. And man, they have come back. They are talking smack. Conservatives for the win. We got one in your face. In your face. Killing no more babies. That's right. And I don't understand. I don't really understand like the whole like talking shit about it. I'm okay if you are pro-life, right? I'm okay with that. I happen to be pro-choice. and I can share a little bit of my experience on why that is. I want to share something that I never shared with anyone before. Well, I haven't shared with a lot of people, but it's just one perspective that I want to share. But going back to the whole kindness thing, right? Why are some people just so seemingly hateful and lacking empathy because of this decision? You know, they got jokes. I've already seen people, you know, fighting in the comment sections. You know, I don't get involved with all that stuff, but I do read them. I watch y'all make fools of yourselves. Oh man, what's crazy about like social media comment fights is that that's the only place people do that shit. People don't go out, and one thing I was talking about last week was how we should get out more. You know, the whole COVID thing is sort of, you know, gone away. So we should be out more, interacting with people, talking to people, being nice to people. But we're glued to our devices, and we love to talk shit when we get a win for our team. And it's okay to talk shit when you get a win for your team if you're talking about like sports, right? I talk shit a lot. When the Cowboys are playing, they're winning, I'm a shit talker. You know, y'all see my streams on the games, me and my cousin going back and forth. That's all in good fun, right? But when it comes to like, you know, these sorts of like decisions that are being made when half of the country is split, you know, if I were a pro-life person, knowing that majority of the country doesn't necessarily support this Supreme Court decision, I may be just a little empathetic to people that, you know, are going through some shit. Even though I'm you know, if I were pro-life, meaning I wanted abortions to be illegal, and then obviously this decision was just made, just, you know, be happy about it and shut the fuck up. There ain't no reason to go on, you know, the social medias and blah. That's right. This is a great day. Oh. And then people going back and forth about, you know, they're not having any constructive conversations in an effort to change people's mind for whatever reason, right? I think that's kind of what democracy is supposed to be about, is you have all these different ideas and then you can, you know, have a debate about them and try to find some common ground. Because we know that we live in a country where we got people from everywhere. And I say everywhere, I mean from all parts of the globe living here. They have a right to be here, that are American citizens that can vote. And they got some different ideas about how, you know, things should be. We all don't think the same. All I'm saying is just you got the win, you know, so just appreciate that. And there's no need to throw shade in people's face, because, you know, there's going to be, at some point, there's going to be some 13-year-old girl that gets pregnant in one of those states where she can't get an abortion and her parents can't get her one. And she's not going to be able to afford to drive to wherever or fly to wherever to a legal state to get one. She's going to be in a pickle. They might do something drastic because they don't have a choice. Crazy. This is crazy. So that's just one example, right? I want to share an example where I, you know, was in a situation where Well, first, let me say abortion never really crossed my mind. But in hindsight, I was like, man, that might have been a really good option. And here's what I'm talking about. So when I first got married to my first wife, and I don't think I've even told this to my children right now, but we had, so my oldest son right now, well, my oldest child is my son, Gabriel. Shout out to Gabriel. He just got over COVID recently. He's doing much better. Shout out to my son. He is my oldest living child. So prior to his birth, my ex-wife and I had his older sister. Her name was Gabriella, hence his name being Gabriel. So at the time, I'm a young corporal in the Marine Corps, excited about having my first child. And I remember I was on deployment, and I knew, obviously I knew my wife at the time was pregnant, and I was just hoping maybe I would be back before the baby was born. But I knew there was a chance that I might not make it, just because I was deployed, right? And sometimes you don't get to go back home to see those things when you're deployed. Anyway, get a call. My first sergeant calls me in and says, "Hey, you may need to take some emergency leave because there's a problem back at the time I was stationed in Hawaii. There's a problem with your wife in Hawaii. Why don't you give her a call and see what's going on?" So I call, and then come to find out, there's some complications with the pregnancy. And so I get emergency leave. I hop on the plane, head back, and we meet with the doctor, right? He's kind of, technology is crazy, man. Like the medical profession and technology that they can use. Now, this was back in like the early 90s, right? So, but even still, it was pretty, the things that you can see before a child is born now is pretty amazing. So long story short, he's telling me, we've got some complications. He was trying to be, I don't know, maybe discreet and just, he was showing empathy, right? He was saying that, there could be some major problems with this child when it's born. And he never really quite, explained what those problems might be, right? And I was just like, well, I was optimistic, saying, well, there's a chance that, everything's going to be okay. And he's like, yeah, maybe, just really being nice. But there were some things that he could see, and maybe he knew what the outcome might be, right? And so obviously we are concerned and worried, but we're hopeful, right? We're hopeful. So now it's time for the baby to be born. And let me just take a moment to just turn the music down just a little bit. So it's time for the baby to be born. And I was excited because I was at home, because remember, I was on deployment. I came home because there was complications. And now it's the doctor has told us that, there could be some serious issues here. I really wish he would have told me more, because it turned out to be a lot worse than I could even imagine. So long story short, the child is born and never takes a breath. Stillborn. And so what happens whenever that happens, right? They bring all the counselors in, and They talk to you about like how you're feeling and this, that, and the other. And then they ask you if you would like to see the baby, even though the baby is dead. So I'm like, yeah. By the way, before all that, I remember being in the room when my wife at the time was actually giving birth. And once the child was born, they immediately asked me to leave. What's up, Senna? I see you. I hope you're listening, son, because I've never shared the story with you before. So shout out to my kid there. He's having a sleepover at his friend's house. So anyway, they ask you if you want to see the child. And we said yes. And so they bring her in. And they've got her, wrapped up with the little, little beanie on. And, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm just going to see, a little baby that just didn't make it. But it was much worse. She was deformed. Like, I can't even really describe what I saw, because I'd never in my life seen anything like it before. You talk about complications, there were major complications. This child had no chance of survival at all. Her little feet they looked like they had been burned. They were black. Her face was deformed. She already had teeth. And it was just, it's just kind of one of those things that you have no control over. You never know. It was this rare thing that they said they had never seen before. Extremely rare. I don't know if it was genetic or just sort of like a one-off, but it was just horrible. And it took a lot to get over. Now, in hindsight, as I said before, and the doctor never even mentioned that. He never even mentioned that, you have some other options here before the child is born. But if I'd have known what I was going to see after my daughter was born, I absolutely would have, here's the thing about that. I can't make the decision on my own, right? But in hindsight, it would have been the best thing to do. It would have saved a lot of pain and heartache. That was about 30 years ago. So, and I haven't talked about that in a long, long time. So I just think there are situations when families and women should be able to make a decision on next steps there. So all I'm saying is that if you're out there cheering because this thing got overturned, there's really nothing to cheer about. If you're happy because of your religion, that's fine, okay. But no need to be all in the social medias saying how great things are, because they're not. There's a lot of people feel like some of their fundamental rights are being taken away. That's what they feel like. And I can, if I was a woman, I mean, well, I'm not a woman, but I can empathize with a woman who may be in a situation where she is just not prepared to have a child. I have 4 daughters, 1 granddaughter, and two of them are adults, but 2 of them are 8 years old. And if something were to happen to them, something that was out of my control at a super young age, I have the means to go to somewhere else to do what I have to do, or do what's best for my family, right? I have the means to do that. A lot of people don't, and sometimes they're going to be, forced to make a different decision, and it just may not be the best thing for them or anybody else. But that's my take. I'm gonna leave it at that. How do you feel about it? Right? What's your stance on the Roe v. Wade decision? What I'm interested though is, a constructive conversation about it. Right? So if you're for the decision and you know how I feel, tell me something that makes me feel better about your position. Don't just be like, told ya. Let's not fight. Let's not call each other crazy. That's a problem with, Americans today when we don't agree on stuff. The other person's crazy. You're crazy. No, not crazy. So empathize and be kind. So again, the lesson I had last week was that turned out to be the theme. And in case you missed it, guess what? I'm going to share it with you. I got a little clip that from last week. And again, I just want people to think about this the next time they're out interacting with people. Because sometimes we interact with people and we don't recognize that we are maybe on different sides of the fence on certain issues, but we still talk, we communicate, and we get along, right? So be nice to everybody, regardless of their position on that. So here's the little, let's see if I can have this here. The little clip from last week. In case you missed it, here it is again. My thoughts on kindness. I was trying to channel my inner Snoop, right? I was on the beach with my Corona, the whole Snoop commercial thing. It's the fine life, baby. That's what I was in my fine life, baby, vibe. On the beach with my Corona, just chilling with my damn Buc-ee's umbrella. My kids had the red, mop bucket, making sandcastles and shit. I was having a good time. And so maybe just appreciated me having a good time. He's like, yo, you got Corona, that's good, man. I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking in my head, happy Juneteenth, I didn't say that shit. But anyway, he's just been super friendly. And we're talking and they set up. Now, of course, they're prepared. They've got the whole cover and all that stuff, and they got everything. We were sort of talking back and forth, making fun of each other's dad bod and all that stuff. And they were just good people, man. He was offering me, even though I had a cooler full of beer, he was offering me beer. He was like, man, just so you know, I got you covered. just like some red. I don't even know this dude. He's like, man, you run out of beer, I got you covered. And part of me was like, is he showing some appreciation for Juneteenth? Or is he just being nice? Or could maybe it's a combination of both. But that's not the end of it. So another family comes up, kind of maybe like 5 hours, right? So kind of in the last 2 hours or two that we're there, this other Latino family comes up. There's a few more of them. And of course they're ready. They got the tent, they got the grill, they got a table, they got the chairs, they get it set up, boom, boom, boom. We got the fire going. And I'm like, man, my wife's like, damn, we weren't ready for the beach today. But let me tell you what these people did. And again, I don't know if it's like some, because remember, for some reason, I'm walking around with this idea that people that aren't Black aren't showing enough appreciation for the Juneteenth holiday. That's just like, that's already like embedded in my mind. But these people out at this beach are being nice. Like I said, the first family just started from the conversation, offered me beer, or just nice the whole time we're there, just kind of having small talk the whole time we're on the beach. This other family comes up, they bring out all their stuff, and they're really throwing down. They're cooking a lot of meat on this grill. They got meat, they got like avocados, they got tortillas, they got the whole shit. They got ribs, all that shit. So, and we're just sitting there, smelling the smoke, and just thinking, man, we're gonna stop somewhere and get something to eat after this, because starting to get hungry. So, after they get set up, they got all their food cooked, and I'm just kind of like having a small talk with the wife. Remember I said we didn't bring no Bluetooth speakers, so I'm playing like songs on my phone, having to do like this shit. Hear shit on my phone. I'm playing old ass so back when I was a kid on East Street, I'll get back to this when we get back to Third Ward. But I was playing songs like from the 80s and 70s. I was playing like Marvin Gaye and the Gap Band and Earth, Wind & Fire. This is all the shit like you always hear at the Black events. That's the music I'm playing that shit because I'm in fucking Juneteenth mode. And so I have a small talk with the wife, listening to this music. And the family that came up was barbecuing. I noticed, one of the kids that was with them was walking towards us, and he's got a big ass plate of food. Now, remember, I don't know these people. I haven't talked to them at all. They're just like sort of set up shop close to us. They see us over here, having, doing whatever with our family. And they send their kid over with a plate full of meat and tortillas, avocado, some kind of like little noodles things. And was like, hey, we wanted you to bring this over for your family. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. And then I look over at the parents of the kid, and it's like two families. And so together, and I said, I'm like giving away, like, thank you, I appreciate that. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And they start holding the Corona. Good, you want a Corona? You want some beer? And I'm like, no, I got my own, but thank you. And so again, I'm thinking, there's just some weird Juneteenth thing happening. They're showing some appreciation. I've been all fucked up, right? Like, I haven't been, I don't know, people, I could be wrong. They just can be nice people, which is, I guess more than anything is what I appreciate about the whole experience. Because, and this is why I think people need to go outside more and talk to people and interact with people, because I think we're turning to this culture where everyone's at home on their devices, and interacting with each other that way, and just listening to people's bullshit. listening to people's conspiracies, listening to people's fucked up ideas about the world. And the world is, there's some fucked up shit about the world. There's some fucked up shit about America. But in general, most people are good fucking people and nice and want to look out for each other, And when they see a family over here, obviously not prepared for the beach. They ain't got no fucking grill. They got this small ass umbrella. They got some dollar store cheese puffs. We literally had dollar store cheese puffs, and they do not taste like real cheese puffs. They taste like fake ass cheese puffs. We had to throw them away. So they see this, and they bring us this plate full of food for us to enjoy. And man, I'm like, Happy Father's Day. I'm like, Happy Father's Day, y'all. Thank you for this food. And so the kids in the water, they see me and mom over snacking on this food. They run over. We start, my wife is like, she's like a feeder. She likes to see the kids eat. So she would give up her little plate to feed them babies. And so she's giving the kids food and all this stuff. And so it was cool, man. And even before we left, they brought over another plate, and they were like, because I guess, the first time they, kind of noticed they didn't know the kids was around. They said, yo, this is another plate for your kids. And I'm just saying, man, I just appreciate people's kindness. And sometimes I think we don't do that enough. We don't appreciate people's kindness. And so again, I don't know if it was, now there was really no, and I'm sure there was a lot of Juneteenth stuff going on in Galveston. And this is kind of a part of why people, I don't think people appreciate it, is because I wasn't getting, like, just driving around, I wasn't getting the whole Juneteenth vibe. But I always had to spend time with my family, and the birthplace of Juneteenth, it was a great opportunity for me to share with my kids the significance of Juneteenth, because I live in Texas, right? And in Texas, they don't want our schools teaching this stuff for whatever reason. And maybe that's why I felt the way I did about the whole, people not appreciating it. They don't. I never learned about Juneteenth in school. I just grew up in it, right? My kids didn't grow up in the environment that I did as far as Juneteenth goes. I mean, mostly it's celebrated in Texas. I know there's other states that celebrate it, but for me, it was like a Texas thing. My kids really haven't lived here a lot, especially my older kids, and so I really hadn't had the opportunity to share with them my own personal Juneteenth experience, like when I was a kid coming up, and then why they should appreciate it, and then the significance of being in Galveston. Is, you can be pissed off about the whole Texas thing with, critical race theory. And I did a show about this a while ago. And I didn't really articulate my thoughts like the way I wanted to, but I'm not going to bitch about that. All I can do is go vote. That's all I can do. But I see it as an opportunity for me to teach my kids myself the things I want them to know about, right? And so if you're upset about all that bullshit, just teach it yourself, especially when it comes to history. If nobody else cares, you care, and just tell them. Just tell them about your experience as a kid, right? Especially if you're from Sherman. A lot of good Juneteenth memories back in Sherman. Texas, but anyway, it was cool to take my kids down there, Galveston, Texas, on Juneteenth, where it all began, and not only let them go run out on the beach and have a good time, but have them experience the kindness of people. So they not only learn about Juneteenth and the significance of it, and I'm not going to go into that whole thing because I would like to, but I'm not going to. If you want to know about Juneteenth, you can go find out yourself if you don't know. I want to share that with my kids, but I also, it turned out that they also got a lesson in kindness. So be kind to people, man. If you're out cooking out at the park and you see people that didn't come prepared and don't have anything to eat, make them a plate. Yeah, make them a plate. Make them a plate. So yeah, that was my little spiel. That actually ran a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I'm sorry. If you saw that before, I'm sorry. But I just kind of want to apply that message to, the social media warriors out there. This is social media is a new way of life for us, new way that we communicate. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and that's okay because I like using it myself. But when you're on there, act like you would act if you were out in the Ville, just interacting with people you don't know that may have a different viewpoint than you on a variety of different things. Just be nice. You don't have any reason to be mean. If someone has a different viewpoint of you, then listen and empathize and make your own argument. Like try to make a good argument, and don't just say you're crazy, or liberals suck, or conservatives suck, whatever. I'm talking about on both sides of the fence because I'm like that. There was an old Chris Rock joke, and I think I've said this before on a different stream. It's like there's some shit I'm liberal about, and there's some shit I'm conservative about, and that's a problem with this country today. Is we have a hard time finding some fucking middle ground, and everybody just wants to win. Everyone wants to win, and no one wants to admit they were wrong. I know I've said that before. It's kind of like what I was talking about when I said, like, the on the lib conservatives, they ain't said shit since the January 6th hearings. They haven't said a damn thing until now. Because they know that shit was fucked up. And they know they were wrong to support that clown. That's right, I said it. Donald Trump was the worst president this country has ever had. And I get it if you support him in the beginning. I don't get it if you still support that dude now. You can be a Republican. I don't care about that. But that's not your guy. That is not your guy. He needs to go to jail. He's probably not going to. And don't even get me started on why I think he's not going to. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Some people get away with shit. There's a certain demographic that oftentimes gets away with shit. Usually, somebody that's got a lot of money, a lot of access to things, a lot of power, and they just can do some shit that other people can't do. Maybe that's just kind of the way, life is. But anyway, be nice on social media. Stop all the fighting and fussing. Let's have some music going here. Let's have some, let's make some arguments that make sense. I'm open to hearing from people who think that this was a good decision by the Supreme Court. I personally think it was not a good decision. If you think it was, I would love for you to come on and tell me why. I don't want to fight with you. I just want to understand you. I saw a guy today. I always forget his name. I don't like to use people's shit unless I give them, it's like the source type of thing, God, what is that dude's name? Hold on. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you his name in a minute, but here's what he said. I thought like this is a good argument. Now, this is an argument for why Roe vs. Wade should not have been overturned. He was like, okay, so then if that's the way it's going to be, then people need to start paying child support at conception. Conception, start paying child support. If you are an undocumented pregnant woman, no more deportation because the child you're carrying is now an American citizen. So those are some good arguments. Also heard arguments where poor people, this is going to affect poor people the most because they don't have a lot of options. If you're rich and you're 15, if your parents are rich and you're 50, hell, there's a lot of rich 15-year-olds now with YouTube. But if you got money and you get pregnant, you get raped and get pregnant, you can go somewhere and get it taken care of. Come back, don't tell nobody, you good. So where can we find some common ground here, right? Where can we kind of say, okay, there's certain situations where we're gonna be like, okay, this is okay, right? If the doctor is telling you that this baby is not going to survive, you should have the option to trust them and do what you think is best for your family. If I had to do it all over again in the situation I explained earlier, that in my mind, that would have been the best option. Now, I don't know if my previous wife would have been okay with that. We never really had that conversation at the time, but if I could do it all over again, I would like to have had that conversation to see, what was best. All right, enough of that. I actually spent like almost a whole hour on that shit. I didn't mean to. That clip that I did was a little bit long. So I think I might just save the whole. I was going to talk about, me trying to sell my house and how that's going. It's going. And then once it's sold, where am I going to go? So the whole reason that, by the way, before I get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the Greg Green live stream over on YouTube. Out here in Texas, it's a lovely summer night. Amazingly, the June bugs have gone away. I don't know if it's the bug juice or what, but no more bugs. Uh-oh. As soon as I say that, look at that shit right there. See? God damn it. I'm just glad I didn't scream like a Oh man. I got goosebumps right now from June bugs, man. Dumbass bugs. So what was I even talking about? June bugs? No, I was talking about subscribing to the channel. So make sure you do that. Follow me on Instagram, Greg in his 50s. But I was going to talk about, the whole housing thing. I'm still trying to sell my house. Here's the thing. The market has changed I'll save that for next episode because I really want to just touch on real quick. Before I came on, man, I was watching the BET Awards. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the BET Awards? You can watch it again. Everyone's streaming now, right? Everybody's streaming on some platform. Anybody still have like cable TV? Is that still a thing? Most people have like what Hulu or YouTube TV or what is that other one? There's another one too that people get. But you can watch it again. So here's what I thought was funny about it. What I thought was funny was I used to always wonder like what would happen like when rappers got old. And so if you saw that shit tonight, then you would see like I think there's like 2 50-year-old rappers that are still cool. Well, I'll say 3. And one of them really doesn't rap anymore. Ice Cube is still cool. Snoop is the coolest 50-year-old rapper there ever will be. He's just gonna always Snoop. It's kind of crazy that him and Willie Nelson got this cool relationship with the whole weed smoking thing, because when because Willie Nelson is still cool. Is he still alive? Well, I'm looking at like over here like somebody's there ain't nobody over there. Like I'm asking a ghost a question. Is Willie Nelson a ghost over there? I'm asking him, is he still alive? Whenever I laugh, I cough. I don't know why, but I think Willie Nelson's still alive, but he's still cool, right? When Snoop is that age, he's still going to be cool. And then of course Eminem. Is Eminem 50 yet? I think he's 50. He's pretty close to it if he's not. But he can still throw down. But Puffy was on like at the end of the BET Awards that they had like a I think it was like a Lifetime Achievement Award for P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Take that. And it was good because I give it to Busta. I think is Busta 50 yet? Busta Rhymes 50. He came out, did this song he did with Puffy, Pat Cavassier, but they changed it to Ciroc, so it was probably some kind of copyright thing or whatever. They don't want to shout out Cavassier anymore. But they did that song, and that song was super hot back in the day. Jadakiss came on. Or not Jadakiss. Well, Jadakiss was there, but the Lox came on. They did their thing, and that kind of took me back to those days in the 90s when with Biggie and the Lox and all the people, 112, all the people that Puffy had produced and put out music with. That was some good stuff, man. They had Jodeci come out. Woo, come and talk to me. I really Jodeci, I'm telling you, they don't do it like that no more. They don't make music like that no more. Come on now, Jodeci, JoJo, KC, Devontae. Some of y'all don't even know who the hell I'm talking about. Black people do. That's all good though. It's all good. Google them. If you want to play some good like love making music, just go whatever platform, iTunes, Google, Spotify, whatever you use. It's late, right? It's about that time, right? It's almost 11 o'clock. You go to bed. Son, if you're still watching, turn it off. Go to bed, and it's time. A little boom boom. Throw on some Jodeci. Woo! Forever, my lady. It's like a dream. Is it just a dream or like a dream? Oh, man. Me. Shout out to Twitch person. They came back. I think I missed you last week. Twitch guy or girl. I always got somebody from Twitch on there, man. I don't even go to Twitch. I don't even use Twitch. I'm just streaming over there. I need to step up my Twitch game and my Twitter game because I'm on there very much. But shout out to you for paying attention. Thank everybody for paying attention. But anyway, back to the BET Awards. There's one thing I want to share before I go. Um, Again, shout out to everybody who showed me love for my comeback last week. I got a lot of messages from people saying they were glad I was back. Like I said, maybe a few months ago, people were asking me, why'd I stop doing it? But I'm back again, just here talking shit, trying to figure out where it's going to go. But yeah, 50-year-old rappers is what I was talking about. So Puffy came on, he was doing his thing. He looked kind of like, I was like, okay, yeah, he's 50. 50-year-olds don't need to be rapping. Well, some of them can do it. Some of them can still do it. I don't know. But it's just cool to hear some of those old songs. But one of my favorite artists of all time who came out, and I think she won an award tonight too, was Mary J. Blige. And what I want to leave y'all with is I didn't the last stream I did before I came back last week, it was I streamed the Super Bowl. And so I thought my reaction, to the halftime show when Mary J came out was pretty funny, because I just love me some Mary J. Blige. I remember when Real Love came out. I just thought that, I used to have, I had a 1984 Nissan Sentra, and I had a cassette tape. And I remember I came back home from deployment, and I was driving down, Waikiki on my own, just bumping Real Love, boom, dun, dun, dun. I'm searching for a real love. And that's back when we used to buy CDs, right? And I bought I remember having Mary J's first 4 CDs just on a loop all the time. And so I get pumped when Mary J came out tonight, boy. Mary J was thick, boy. She still trying to do her thing. Mary J 50, right? How old is Mary J about? Let me Google that. I think Mary J's 50. She came out and did her thing. How old is Mary? Wow, I put Mary and then who comes up? Mary J. Blige, 51. She said, man, it's me. Damn. But Mary be getting it, man. Mary be getting it. So let me share my if I can figure out how to do this. Share my reaction to Mary J. Blige at the Super Bowl, because it was dope. It was cool. Oh, there it is right there. Give me 1 second. So let me blow it up. Cause I mean like that. I thought it was cool. I was at my buddy Chad's house, and live streaming the Super Bowl. And when Mary J came out, man, I was pumped. I was hyped. So I thought this was pretty funny. I'm gonna share this before I share this with y'all before I go. In case you missed it. Here it is. Hold on. Let me let me turn off the music real quick, because it kind of goes over. So yeah, this is me doing that shit.
I saw you do all this dance training, and this is all I gotta do.
What you need?
Them the kids out there dancing.
He didn't even got to dance that much. He's got to sit there. His big ass.
There's Mary J right there. There's Mary J. Is that a jazz J-Lo in there?
Get on that. Oh, come on, man. I love that. That Mary J dance right there. She's right there. That's Mary J. She's right there famous. Oh, she is blinged up too. Look at fly, Mary. Come on. Come on, Mary. Come on, Mary. Get it. Oh. Look, she thick.
dick too much. She over there, but so weak. Come on, man. Okay, they doing it.
So yeah, that was my live reaction to Mary J. Blige at the Super Bowl. I didn't get a chance to. I meant to. That was the last stream I did before last week, so that was back in February, and so I meant to share that because not that many people still don't watch it. Everybody's watching the game. Why are they going to watch me? Watch the game. But that was fun, man. That was fun. But anyway, it's been just a little bit over an hour, so I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't get to cover everything. That's okay because I can save something for next time. So what I want to try to do again next week. So like today, I tried to do a Sunday brunch thing, but my dog is trying to get inside. Hold on, baby. Just wait a second. But I had I had a minor. I thought it was a major issue, but it turned to be really, really minor. I figured it out. And so next week, I'm going to try it again. I went all out. If you saw my Instagram post, I had a Bloody Mary that I made. That was the first Bloody Mary I'd ever made in my life. I've had them before. I never made one. But I was like, man, I'm gonna do this brunch show. So I'm going to make me a Bloody Mary. And it was pretty good. I didn't put any alcohol in it because I just wasn't in that frame of mind for alcohol at 11 o'clock. See, I'm sweating. But I've had them with alcohol before, and they're fantastic. And so I had the olives, I had the celery, all that shit. And okay, I'll take that back. I guess I did put some beer in it. So it turned out to be like a red eye instead of a Bloody Mary with vodka. It was a red eye. But if you saw my Instagram post, go check me out on Instagram. Gregory50s. Make sure you go follow me over there if you haven't already. You'll see that little clip I made because I was like out here trying to fix this shit. It didn't work. But anyway, that's a wrap. The Gregory live stream is done tonight. I will be back probably, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the best day to do this. But I'm feeling I'm liking the Sunday brunch idea. Hopefully we'll see how that goes next week on Sunday. Wait. Sunday is the 4th. I might not do this on Sunday. I think I've got my boy coming to town. I think Soup is coming to town this weekend. So I may not be on this Sunday, but the following Sunday, I'm gonna get it figured out. But I'm gonna make some mimosas, I think, this time. Oh, wait. There is one more thing I wanted to share. I thought this was crazy. So I might start doing a bit where I share some sort of post that somebody put on that I thought was either funny or crazy or just weird or whatever. This one is crazy. This one is crazy. Shout out to Dylan King who posted this. Hold on. I gotta pause it. Then I gotta share. This was a crazy video that I saw. See, this is the kind of shit this is what I'm about to show you is the shit that we should be doing on social media more and not fighting and making dumb arguments that don't convince anybody to change their position, right? If you're not going to do that, then just put on some weird or funny shit, or put on a video of a lion licking the balls off of I think it's a wildebeest, maybe. But it's kind of like you gotta wait for this, right? You gotta wait for this because it's if you're a dude, it makes you go, oh, damn. So let me see. I don't know if you can see this, but this is crazy video, man. Watch this real quick. I got to share this before I go because it was insane. It was insane. Hold up, let me blow this. Is it blown up already? Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna start it over. Check this out. So this lioness, right? That's probably it didn't show the head, but it's probably like a wildebeest. But it's pretty crazy. Look at this. Watch this. So she's licking the nuts off that shit. You gotta wait for this. Dudes, get ready to hold your balls. Oh, look at that. Oh, oh no. Oh, what is that? A healthy snack? Ow, she just literally ate and swallowed his balls. Now, the good news for that wildebeest, or whatever it was, is that it was dead already. But yeah, I would rather see that than to read people's stupid arguments about whatever on Facebook. So that's a wrap. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.